Hi, my name is Erin Braxton, and today I want to talk to you about 7 types of business apps that I feel are absolutely essential for any small business to have. I'm guilty of being an app junkie. The allure of all of the types of apps out there that, calendar apps and scheduling apps and to-do list apps and apps that walk your dog. I don't know. There's so many apps. And when I see them, I get super excited. And I find myself signing up for subscriptions and later not using those subscriptions, which is crazy. What seems like nothing at the time, maybe $5 a month or $9 a month, 6, 7, 8 months down the road, you realize you're not using those apps. Those apps can add up. I want to help people who are confused about what apps and what types of apps they should be using in a sea of endless apps. A lot of times when people are selling us these apps and they're showing you how great their app is, you think, yeah, I need that app. I need that. That would be amazing. But sometimes you're just not there yet. You need to work with what you have, and as your business grows and you improve and make money, then you can start incorporating more and more apps. But for starters, I think there are 7 essential types of apps, not just specific apps, which I'm going to get into a little bit as well, but there's 7 types of apps that every small business needs to look into using or think about using. The first type of app, or the first app, this isn't a type of app, but it's an actual desktop app, mobile app, and everything that I think is essential for any small business is Google G Suite. The reason I love G Suite by Google is because you get a whole lot of stuff for $5 a month. And eventually, as you grow, you're going to probably need to increase your package, but just out the gate, you get your business email. So yourcompany.com is what you'll get. Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, even for free if you don't have G Suite. So those are available to you, which is really, really cool. You get a lot of drive space and storage. In the Google Drive, I think out of the gate, you get 30 gigs, and you'll probably exceed that at some point, but for a really cheap amount, they allow you to increase your storage in the Drive. So you get a whole lot of features. Plus, Google is very compatible with everything. You can integrate it with everything. It's just really easy to use. It's a must-have. The second type of app that you must have for your business, and I've had so many of these, but I have to tell you, you must have some sort of accounting, invoicing software. It's essential. And trying to keep track of this kind of stuff in like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, it can be done, but it's just not as efficient. What I use is Xero business accounting software. And the reason I chose Xero is because it's a complete accounting software program. Some people who are doing it themselves might want to do something a little easier like a FreshBooks and a Wave, but just know those aren't complete accounting programs, and that's fine. It just depends on your personal preference. I don't handle my books and my accounting anymore. I have someone else doing that for me. And I have that because I'm really bad at that kind of thing. If I were going to do it myself, I would probably do something more simple like FreshBooks or Wave. But I think if you're growing and you want to grow and get to a certain level and you need a more complete accounting software, Xero is a really great way to go. So the one downside to Xero accounting is that there is no time tracking software. And if you're a consultant or a service-based business, tracking your time is essential. So I pair Harvest Business apps with Xero to track my time. And FreshBooks has time tracking software, but they're not a complete accounting program. So again, both are really great, but you have to figure out which one is best for your business at this time. Xero, for what I need with unlimited invoicing, is around $30 a month. And I think FreshBooks is a time tracking software in it. Their next level, I think you get 250 invoices a month is about $25. And then my Harvest Business apps is around $13 a month. So weigh it out. There's so many choices, but you've got to have some sort of accounting, time tracking, invoicing software. The third app that I use in my business every single day is Evernote. And the reason I love Evernote is because it really helps me stay organized with my client information. I have a lot of clients, they have a lot of different accounts with different apps themselves, and username and passwords being secure and protected is very important. So I use Evernote to do that. I also use it to plan like my projects and my vlogging. You can share things with different users. It's really amazing. One of the cool features is if you're on a website and you want to read it later or save it for later, you can clip that website to Evernote and have it in a special folder just for things that you want to catch up on later. Evernote is really great because I use a Fujitsu scanner, which is a lot, but I get a lot of paper and I don't want to be paper. I want to be paperless. So I can take that scanner, scan things in, and then it'll create notes in Evernote that I can sort. And if you pay for Evernote, which my subscription, I think I'm grandfathered in, it might be a little bit more now. I think it's $70 a year for the premium subscription, which is what I have. If you're on a paid subscription, one of the coolest things that you can do is if you have PDF documents there, if you have, Word documents there, you have documents embedded into Evernote, you can actually search the text within those documents, which is great for keeping you organized. For $5 a month or maybe $6 a month at this time, I mean, you can't beat it. The fourth type of app that I think is completely essential for your business is you've got to have some sort of payment gateway or payment processing app. If you're doing business online, if you're submitting invoices to clients via email or whatever, you've got to have a way to collect money. Long gone are the days where people are waiting around for checks to arrive in the mail. I think PayPal makes things really secure. PayPal integrates with basically everything and you get paid instantly. The money is there. Another payment processor that's really great to look into is Stripe. Stripe is really good because you can collect money via credit card payment and it integrates with everything as well. It's very easy to use if you have a website. You don't have to pay a monthly fee. People can just pay with their credit card. And of course you lose 3% and maybe 30 cents per transaction, but it's worth it because the money is instant and people like to pay with their credit cards. The fifth type of app that you must have for your business is, I believe, a project management software. And there's so many of these out there and there's so many free ones. I'm personally right now using Teamwork and I love Teamwork for a lot of reasons. I like the look of Teamwork. I think it looks well for me. It's easy for my eyes to look at the screen and get the information. It also is compatible with their desktop support software, which some of you guys may not need at all, but if I get a support ticket that comes into my website, I can assign a to-do list in the project management software just by clicking a button and assigning it to a certain person. So I like Teamwork. There are so many. Asana is great. I used to use Asana. There's a free version of Asana. You can also use a program called Trello. For me, Trello is cool, but it doesn't work for the way my brain thinks. Like I can't look at Trello and make a lot of sense of it. And again, these types of apps are super subjective, but Trello is free. So try it. My sixth type of business app that every business owner must have is an email service provider. And the one I'm currently using is called ActiveCampaign. And I used to use MailChimp, which was great, but at the time I moved to ActiveCampaign, MailChimp didn't have a lot of the features that ActiveCampaign has. I do believe they have automations and campaigns now, which they didn't used to have, but you've got to find a way to communicate with your customers. And an email service provider is essential for doing that. Now, there's so many different ones and people have their preferences. There's Aweber, there's ConvertKit, which is really, really good. There's MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Emma, so many different types of email service providers. There's Drip. But for me, ActiveCampaign is really good. You can get in there for $9 a month. And then as you increase your user base, you obviously will have to pay more money, but the features are really, really great. From my research and what I've done, it's got the the email infrastructure of something comparable to an Infusionsoft, but way cheaper than Infusionsoft money. So I would definitely say find an email service provider that works for you. But if you want to just get started with something, MailChimp is free and they are improving all of the time. So I would take a look at MailChimp. My seventh business app that I think that all businesses need to have is some sort of chat software. And I'm just going to choose Skype because that's what I use. I know there's programs like Slack, Google has Google Hangouts. I think the interface on some of those, like Google Hangouts, can be a bit confusing for users. Skype is really easy. Most people have a Skype handle. It's really easy to sign up and have a free account. Slack is amazing, I've heard, but I've not gotten into it yet. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I just didn't want to introduce one more app into my world. I'm going to stick with the 7 that I use all the time on a regular basis. So just to review, the 7 business apps or types of apps that I think every small business needs to have is, the first one isn't just a type, it is one. It is Google G Suite. You've got email, you've got Google Docs, you've got Drive storage, and a whole lot of other extras, including 24/7 support, which is amazing. The second type of business app I think all small businesses need to have is some sort of financial accounting software. I use Xero Accounting and Harvest Business apps, but you might want to look at FreshBooks or Wave. Those might be a little bit cheaper and easier for you to handle, especially getting started out. My third type of business software app that I recommend you have is Evernote. I think Evernote is amazing. And if you don't have Evernote, find some type of way to organize your clients and organize the information that you have, because there's so much information, and how can you seamlessly get that into one place? Your notes about everything, your websites, your references, your pictures, everything in one place. Google Drive is amazing because you can store that kind of stuff, but it's not really good at a glance to organize that type of information. The fourth type of business app that I think everyone in business today must have is some sort of payment processor. PayPal, super easy to set up. Also, you can look into Stripe. It's a free way, virtually free way of taking credit card payments. So the fifth type of business app that you've got to have to be successful and keep yourself organized from a team perspective and everything that you've got to do is using a project management software. And I am using Teamwork, like I told you, but Asana is free. There are programs like Trello. It just is really subjective. You have to decide what works well for you. And the sixth type of app that I think that every business needs is an email service provider. You've got to be sending emails. You've got to find a way to communicate with your clients. And finally, the seventh type of app that I think all businesses need to use is some sort of chat or messaging app. And I personally use Skype because I find it's easy, and I've been using it for years, and I didn't want to integrate yet another app into my world. But a lot of people use Google Hangouts, people use Slack, which I understand is great. So just making sure that you have the tools that you need to run a successful business is all you need. Don't get lured into another monthly subscription of $5 a month or $9 a month. This stuff adds up. Stick to the basics until you really need another app, and then invest in more apps. As your business grows, you're making more money, then make the investment. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And I want to hear what you guys are using. I'm still an app junkie, even though I've restrained myself and really pulled back. There are tons of other apps that I use for my business, but today was just about talking about the ones that I feel, or the types of ones that I feel are essential for any business. So I want to hear what you guys are using, what you feel is essential for your business. Please leave a comment in the comments box below. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time.